And with that, this volume has come to an end. 10 episodes. Went by pretty fast, if you ask me, but I ain't complaining. There were no delays, no hiatuses, no us having to wait another week for episode to come out. Everything came out on time exactly as it should be. Now, before I get into the overall review, let's just talk about the episode itself. There are some things I was afraid it was going to do that I knew was going to happen. You're fine just the way you are, and she's coming out the tree exactly who she is. I was a bit disappointed. I want at least a little bit of change. Not even of inner change, just at least a physical change, some look or something. But we don't get that. Instead, she comes back who she is, full of confidence, and is fighting off the cat, the curious cat. And even John having his own inner conversation, how he wants to be a hero so badly, but he never seems to go and save the day. He's supposed to be the hero, but he can't. He's always failing when it matters the most. He can never really save anybody because of that. But he did save Weiss, though, if you remember in Volume 5, when he discovered his semblance of healing. But with that being said, it was a turn moment for him. I would say that it was a little disappointing, but I kind of knew this was happening only because it would happen so much. Where you see a character like Ruby herself, where she goes in, she drinks the tea, and she's coming back out. And then the cat himself was done wrong. In a way, the cat was done wrong because that the cat became the villain himself, which was messed up. So I feel sorry for the cat. But in the day, he was taken down by the Jabberwockies. And Neo herself fell down the tree, and now she wants to become a new person. We get to see Little. Little is much bigger, and he's more helpful than he was before, and he feels some sort of bond with Ruby despite not remembering who she is. So, yeah, there goes that. So they finally go through the door to go back home. Before then, they see the tree itself. It's a blacksmith, and she pretty much did a giant lore dump, saying where the two gods, the two dragons, were first into that world, and to the point they were kicked out of the world and decided to make their own worlds, which Remnant was forged, and plenty of more worlds. So even the dragons left Remnant years ago, they're probably off somewhere else, restarting, making more worlds. So this Ever After world is where everything started, pretty much. Is they set up the design for this world, then left it, and the cat was been left behind, just furious and angry, wanting to follow them but couldn't. His desire to leave. It's kind of messed up how no one will let it leave. So here we go. So pretty much this is the origin point. This is the origin point where everything started. So they know the secrets of the world. This is how everything was created by this tree, and then they created the two dragons. And the funny thing about the dragons, I'm not sure if I said it before, but the two dragons, you notice how one is like an Asian Eastern style dragon, and the other one is a medieval Western style dragon. In folklore, the Eastern dragon was never seen to be feared or hated or to be slain. It was always a dragon that would grant you wishes or will come to give you guidance or help you along your journey. The one that was like long, like a serpent dragon, one of my personal favorites. That's why I like Cypher the Sky Dragon so much. Cool dragon. Then you have the Western dragon, the one with the legs, the one in the medieval time that's always going around terrorizing people, obsessed with treasure and gold. It will eat people and burn them alive, and people feared it. And it was a story to be told. When you slay these kind of dragons, you were seen as a hero among heroes. So you would have that dragon, the dragon of destruction and the dragon of creation. So those two being brothers was very, very interesting. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in my previous reviews of RWBY, but I'm just saying it now just in case. I like that concept. So things were being replaced, such as the Curious Cat became one of creation, and the Jabberwockies became the one of destruction, giving them true death in a way. So with that, this volume ended. Of course, we had some other lore dumps and interesting things like how Raven and Summer Rose were actually doing. I guess before she left and got killed, Summer Rose was on a mission with Raven and stuff. Some she didn't knew what was happening. It's interesting that I remember reading the RWBY comics, and it was hinted at that Raven hated RWBY in a way, that she hated RWBY, and would even sometimes disguise herself as a crow to mock her sometimes. Yeah, this happened in the comics and stuff. And Ruby would go crying and stuff, saying that his mean crow was being mean to her. And it was Raven being spiteful and stuff. And then in this scene, it makes like they were on good terms. It's very interesting though that how these both chicks on the same team went out with the same guy. Raven got him first, but then left. Then Summer Rose came, but she died. And then who knows, Raven might come back. But she's a runner, though. That's the thing. Anyways, I'm getting off sidetracked here. Now, my overall thoughts of this volume, I did enjoy it. There's a giant controversy with one of the last few episodes of Ruby having her outbreak and then drinking the tea. Those were the two most talked about episodes, whether it was for good or for bad. And I also see a lot of insight, a lot of people that I used to follow on Twitter and YouTube for years, and they were like, they kind of lost interest in Ruby, saying that it's becoming suffer porn in a way. I heard torture porn, I heard suffer porn. I'm guessing because there's so much suffering going on the team that people are saying that's all it is now. I don't believe that. I know Ruby has its flaws, if it's bad, some of it's bad writing. Don't get me wrong. But it's not suffer porn. Bad things just happen because on the road of being heroes, not everyone makes it. Terrible things happen to the heroes. People lose their way. So that's understandable. Those who are saying that, I feel like they haven't really watched the series, but they'll come back and forth with the series and they would watch it and not really watch the whole thing. That's what I'm saying when it comes to RWBY. Now, with the epilogue, there was no epilogue, which I was upset about. Instead, we got a trailer for RWBY in the DC universe. Yes, there's a movie coming out. In fact, it's out right now. About RWBY in the DC universe, where somehow the Justice League is somehow the world of Remnant, and you really have to power down the Justice League to really fight alongside RWBY. Because think about the Justice League, you have Superman, of course, on there, and Superman is just already super, super powerful. So the fact that he's going to fight alongside Team RWBY to beat up some bad guys, Batman is one, it's understandable. It'd be cool if Batman will be a hunter that doesn't have a semblance, but yet he's still a badass when it comes to being a hunter. Makes sense. Same with Wonder Woman, hell, even Flash with speed. But Superman, you really, really have to give him a giant ass handicap. He's bashing shit in, man. Makes no sense. But I don't know, I'm not really that hyped for this movie. I don't know why I didn't make it. It feels weird. Like, I would rather have a Blaze Blue crossover of anime, like they did in video games, than this. Oh, I'm serious. The Blaze Blue cross tag battle. I would rather have that. But we got this. Yeah, we got this. I did enjoy this volume, but my real question that I always ask myself, was this volume necessary? Was it necessary? Like, they go back to the main world, and things are going to be the way it was. So does this volume have any true impact on our characters? Either way, is the question. A lot of people, even some YouTubers said, despite how much some did enjoy this volume, they're questioning themselves, was this volume filler? What was the point of this volume? Heck, even John went back to being normal and stuff just because all that development and stuff, he went back to being dorky John. So it feels like this entire thing, in a way, was kind of unnecessary. Like, you understand the origins of the world, but that's it, really. RWBY has some development, but that's it. John has some development, but did they really need an entire volume? That just kind of gotten out of place, just so they can say goodbye to. Um, I don't think we're gonna see Neo ever again. So Neo's out of the story, and it just feels like it was. I know people hate me saying this, but it felt really, really unnecessary. That this volume was not needed at all, and a lot of people surprisingly agree. It was entertaining, but it doesn't really continue on with the plot. It doesn't really help out with the main story at all. It didn't teach them any further away from Cinder. In fact, I forgot everything about Cinder and what was going on in the outside world for a while because of what was happening in this volume. But now they're back here. What's going to happen? Is everything no time has passed and things are just the way it was, or a time skip did happen and things are kind of worse? We don't know, but it felt like it was really, really unneeded, enjoyable, but unnecessary. You guys get me. Who knows when the next volume of RWBY will come out? Probably we'll have to wait 2025. They only got so many left. They're probably going to do 12 volumes tops, but Valkyrie is the final place that they haven't been to yet. So we have to look forward to that. Altogether, I don't know. I have a feeling that it's really made a lot of people stop being fans of RWBY. I don't know. I've been following the series since 2013 or something, and it's already been like 2 years. It's been almost 2 years now. I mean, 10 years now. Like, holy crap! It's been almost 10 years, and I'm watching this, and it's just been like it's been one heck of a journey. Don't get me wrong, but okay, that's video long enough. I'm just really pondering my thoughts right now when it comes to the show because it just feels like things could have done in a better direction. I enjoy the volume. I keep saying that, but I feel like people, and not just myself, but other people agree that they kind of wasted their time with this volume. They could have done this a better way, show us what's happening on the outside world, something, because it doesn't further the plot at all. It really doesn't. So because of that, a lot of people felt disappointed, like in a way, like, what was the point of this? But anyways, that's all I got for this video. Who knows when RWBY comes back? I will be reviewing the RWBY Justice League thing. I'm probably going to cringe through it. But, hey, I have to watch. Pray for me. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, of course, hit that bell icon. This has been the Madcrownxox on Anime. Signing out.